What's up everybody, this is Chris with Digital REM, and in this video we're going to talk about polarizers and why you want to use one for your camera if you don't have one. So with that being said, we're just going to hop right into it. Let's go. Alright, so boom, here it is. We just ordered us a polarizer, 82 millimeter to be exact, that will go on our 24x70 G Master Sony lens. So a polarizer. Now I'm gonna give you a quick if you want to say overview or gist of what a polarizer is. There have been instances, and I'll just give you an example. There have been instances where, again, the one I can think of off the top of my head was we were at the Porsche Experience Center, and I was shooting the track, and it was the sun was hitting the cars and reflecting off of the cars, which was sending a glare into my camera. And you know, all I could really do was just like not shoot that way. But again, they were coming down the track looking so well over the hill, and I was like, man, this will be a great shot if it wouldn't glare in my camera. That's what this is for. Essentially, the polarizer allows when light comes into your camera, it doesn't go directly into your, let's just say, sensor. It doesn't go directly into your sensor. The actual light is actually bouncing around, but it still receives the colors and the values, things like that. And some people would say it increases the quality of your image by simply having a polarizer on there. So with that being said, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Show you what a polarizer looks like, right? And don't get a polarizer confused with an ND filter or a UV filter, things like that. Like, it's actually called a polarizer. Now some of these come like with all-in-one type of thing, but this is solely a polarizer. And you can mostly tell by if you order it on Amazon, you know what you're ordering. But essentially it looks like this, right? Looks like that. It's almost very, very clear, right? Right. Now, if you have a not a diffuser. I don't know why. I just said it. Now I can't remember what it's called. An ND filter. When you turn this on the ND filter, it'll get lighter and darker, but this is a polarizer. So when you turn this is just going to adjust the polarization to make sure, you know, you're not getting those reflections. So you can only mainly tell when you are shooting, you're like, man, I'm getting glare. Then just go ahead and turn this dial right here, and you can see it has a little dial. It's very thin, very thin. But how this works is, I'm being sure not to touch the actual thing because I don't want to get fingerprints on it, because you treat it just like a lens, and I'm tempted to go ahead and wipe it off just like a lens. But for now, we're just going to continue on. So we have our lens here, and you see the lens has its glass, right? And you would simply just make sure you have the right size, but you would simply just screw it right on. Oh man, come on. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. There we go. Boom. So now it looks like this, right? And you might think it makes it darker or whatnot. It shouldn't make it darker. It shouldn't make it darker. That's one of the reasons why you have a polarizer. But on the other flip side of it, it's going to also help protect that glass from scratches and things like that. So that's one of the other benefits of actually having a polarizer on your camera. Does it affect the quality of the image? Not so much. So again, well, in a good way, not in a bad way, but it's supposed to affect the quality in a good way as far as you won't get those glares. So again, that's what your polarizer will look like when it's on your lens, right? And this is what your lens looks like when it's, let's call it, this is what your lens looks like when it's butt naked, right? Your lens look like this when it's butt naked. It it can get bumped, it can get scratched, and once it gets scratched or bumped and things like that, you're going to run into bigger problems. So simply just having something like this that, again, it's supposed to enhance the quality, but at the same time help reduce those glares, very valuable. So now, you know, hopefully you still won't get bumped and scratched, but you have a little bit of layer protection when it comes to, you know, when it comes to the glass on your lens. So, and it look, I like how it looks personally. I like the, you know, it has a Knight Rider type look to it to me. and again, this is only the first, if you want to call it an adapter, but polarizer that I'm getting. I definitely plan on getting ND filters and things like that. And when we do, we're gonna make videos about that and how they're valuable for your camera as well. But again, if you do have a G Master, any lens, Sigma lens, any of the lenses, you know how costly these can be and how, you know, you need to take care of them. So at the end of the day, that's that. And you can still snap your lens cap on there. Everything works perfectly fine. And it just looks, you know, like you didn't do anything extra besides, you know, throw a polarizer on there. So this polarizer, I want to say was, I don't even remember the cost. I want to say it was under $50 though. But for under $50, you get some protection for your lens, and then you get an enhanced quality of your image. So with that being said, this polarizer, let me take the cap back off so you can see. Yeah, this polarizer is something I would consider, if you're a photographer, videographer, definitely consider getting a polarizer for your camera. So with that being said, hey, that's what it is, polarizer, right? Hopefully you found some value in this content. Hopefully this inspires you to go ahead and get your polarizer. Go ahead and put a cap on that. Put a cap on it. You want to call it not a lens cap, but put a cap on that lens, and really get out here and make better quality content. And again, you don't necessarily have to worry about those flares as much, because now you have a polarizer that's going to deflect bounce that light, so it doesn't go straight into your sensor. So with that being said, hey, hopefully, again, you found some value in this. Hopefully this inspires you to do that one thing that takes you closer to go. Like I always say, do that one thing. And I will see you all in the next lesson. Later, y'all. Peace.